Today we are going to talk about categories of shapes. The first shape I will talk about is called a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral has 4 sides. So, in the quadrilateral bucket, we would draw a shape that has 4 sides, which can also look like this. As long as your shape has 4 sides, it will be a quadrilateral. So all the rest of the shapes in these buckets are also quadrilaterals. In a parallelogram, which is in this bucket, there are opposite sides that are parallel and congruent. So the opposite sides, which means the sides that are across from each other, are going to be parallel, which means they're going to go in the same direction. And then they are also congruent, which means that they are the same length. So this shape up here in the quadrilateral bucket is also a parallelogram. Next, we are going to talk about the rhombus bucket. In the rhombus bucket, we will have shapes that have 4 congruent sides. 4 congruent sides mean sides that are the same. So in this bucket, I would also draw the same shape that we put into the quadrilateral bucket because all of the sides are the same. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So this applies to our rhombus rule. Then in the next bucket, there will be squares. Now a square has 4 right angles. So the right angles are 90 degrees in order to be a right angle. And they also have 4 congruent sides. So our square will look like this in our bucket, just like in the rhombus bucket and in the quadrilateral bucket, which means that this shape is a square, a rhombus, and a quadrilateral. But it has also, in order for this rule to apply for a square, it needs to have 4 90-degree, 90-degree angles in its corners. And I can't seem to get my tool to make the 90 degrees. But there are 4 90-degree corners in a square. In a trapezoid, we have 1 pair of parallel sides. So a trapezoid can look like this because we only have 1 pair of parallel sides. Just like over here in the parallelogram where we had parallel sides, but they were opposite, we are going to have only 1 pair of parallel sides in a trapezoid. So the shape could look similar, if I can get it to draw, to something like this. Okay, because these 2 sides are parallel. They are going in the same direction. And so we have left is the rectangle bucket. And in a rectangle bucket, we are going to have a shape that has 4 right angles, just like from the square. So all these angles inside the rectangle are 90 degrees. So 4 right angles, which are 90 degrees. And that is basically what you need to know about categories of shapes. And remember, all of these are quadrilaterals. And they can also be other different types at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope that you learned a little bit more about categories of shapes, and you can use it to further your learning in geometry. So enjoy and have a great day.